So, good evening, class. I'm Samuel Mbogwa, and I will be taking you for communication, business communication. Initially, in the NEC curriculum, it was known as communication skills. So, I want you, maybe you can unmute your mic and tell me what you think communication is. Anybody? Mr. Poisho?
Okay, communication is the process of passing information, maybe from the sender to the receiver.
Yes, very nice. Okay, Anne, what do you think communication is?
Solomon has said, it's passing information from one person to another.
Okay, yeah, so generally the definition for communication, it can be described as a process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, or feelings between individuals or groups. For example, if you show me a thumbs up, then I will know that maybe you're enjoying the lesson or maybe that you have gotten the point. So that is sharing of feelings. Maybe if there's an emoji you can put there, then I will know that this person maybe has not understood. And like I'm doing now, I'm sharing information. I am communicating through the PowerPoint. This is written information. And I can also be communicating through verbal information, like I'm talking to you right now. And maybe from the gestures maybe that I make, you can be able to know that maybe I am angry or I'm happy. If I smile, then I'm happy. And that is all about maybe communication. That's how we can describe it. Then you can be able to observe this and tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. So this, in communication, we have some key components, but there are three main components where it is the sender, the receiver, and the message. So those are the three main components. And for effective communication to take place, ensure that there's mutual understanding, clarity, and stronger connections. This reduces the misunderstandings. Okay? Are we together, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so for anybody with a question, maybe you can ask so far. If there is no question, then I will go to the key components of communication, which now include the sender, the message, the channel, the receiver, and the feedback. Okay. Wanjiro, maybe you can read for us what you can see on the screen. The first one, sender.
Please start sharing the screen. I cannot see.
Okay, can you guys see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, Faith, if you can see the screen, maybe you can read the first one, the sender.
So for the sender, this is the person who initiates the message.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, Poisho, can you read about the message?
I can read about the message.
Okay.
The information or idea being communicated.
Yes, that the message is the information or the idea that is being communicated. Okay, Oliver, are you with us? Show me a thumbs up if you are with us. Okay, so we can go to the third one. The third one is the channel, which is the medium that is used to send the message. Example is verbal, written, or visual. For example, the channel that I'm using now, one of it is verbal because I'm talking to you. Another one, it is written because right now you can be able to to see what it is written on my PowerPoint, and as well as visual, because you can use your computer to see. You can be able to see me, you can be able to see the information. Then we also have another component, that is the receiver. And this is the person who receives and interprets the message. Then we have the feedback, and this is the response from the receiver to the sender. Are we together?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So from there, maybe I can be able to put you in groups, breakout rooms, and you can be able to discuss the process of communication, after which you will present your findings. Are we together? Who is that disturbing my class? Mr. Poisho, you can maybe unmute your mic.
I think the first step is
Mm-hmm.
the sender
Mm-hmm.
who sends the message now, which becomes the second step,
Mm-hmm.
and then thereafter there is what we call encoding,
Mm-hmm.
and then we need to also have a medium of that. I mean the transmission of the message, and then after the message has been transmitted, then now we have the receiver who receives the message, and then now the receiver interprets maybe by understanding, which is now the
Water.
3, 2, 1. So maybe from what you have discussed, you can tell me what you have decided, what you have discussed on maybe what is how the process of communication goes. Mr. Nyarindo?
Okay, thank you so much. We have seen the process in terms of now we call them elements here. The first thing, the first process whereby there is a person who is now the sender who initiates this message, and then after this message, which is being initiated, which is now the idea of the information, then now it's being sent. That's what we call now encoding. After being encoded now, then we have that channel, the transmission. Is it by spoken word? Is it by written? So whichever, that's a process that it must be followed. And then thereafter, the message has been encoded now. There is a receiver, the person who receives the message. And then there is what we call now, after receiving this information or the message, then also the receiver must also interpret, which is now, we termed it as a decoding. And then thereafter, we can have the feedback, whereby there's response back or for the information. And that's a nutshell of the info of the process. I mean, thank you. Back to you, Malimu.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Oyogi. Now maybe I can allow you guys to watch a short video here, so that you can be able further understand what the session review is about, how the process of communication goes. I want you to tell me whether the video is audible.
The sender is the individual, group, or organization that needs or wants to share information with some other individual, group, or organization. The receiver is the individual, group, or organization for which the information is intended. The message is the information that the sender needs or wants to share with other people. A message is clear when it contains information that is easily interpreted or understood.
Once the sender has decided what the message is, the next step in the process is encoding, translating the message into symbols or language that the receiver understands. Once a message is encoded, it is transmitted to the receiver through some medium. The medium is the pathway through which an encoded message is transmitted to a receiver. Just as senders have to translate their ideas or messages into a form that can be to the receiver, receivers have to make sense of the messages they receive. Decoding is interpreting, or trying to make sense of a sender's message. After decoding the message, the receiver has to respond to it, and start the feedback loop. The receiver must first decide what message to pass on to the original sender. If receiver properly interpreted the initial message, and common understanding has been reached, the communication process is complete.
So I think that you have maybe understood what we have learned, and maybe it's time for me to ask some few questions. Mr. Poisho, maybe you can tell me what you have learned in today's lesson. Am I still audible? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. You guys are too silent. Okay, I think it's only Olive that can hear me, and Ondigo Charles. Okay, Mr. Yugi. Okay, you can tell me what you have learned. Anybody can unmute the mic and say what you have learned.
I've learned the process of communication.
Okay.
It has